As you mentioned, kind of, prior, there was that 2/3 requirement to pass a budget, and that kind of was a check and balance between the parties in negotiating these budgets. Since that's been gone and being in the minority party, I guess, how are you able to, I guess, get things in the budget and kind of reach bipartisanship? Kind of, how are you guys working on that?
What works really well is legislator to legislator, colleague to colleague, and a lot of that is going on right now. I think that's why we saw the budget priorities that I just mentioned for small business and for our schools. Those are things that developed out of very, very important and serious discussions from both sides with each other. So that while we're the minority party, our ideas were certainly used in the compromise legislation. In fact, those ideas generated in the Republican caucus, and not to make this a partisan thing, it could have been certainly with the Democrat caucus, but the fact that they talked to one another and the lead needed to be a Democrat author, that's okay. Back to what Governor Wilson said, it is not about whose name is on it, because by the way, we were all co-authors, so all of our names are on it. It's that we did something really good at a time when something like this was really desperately needed. And I think that's where my colleagues, and I will say, if not all, 95%, 98% of them, when I approach them and explain my situation, they don't always give me an eye that I'm going to vote on it, but they give me reassurance that the direction I'm headed is a good one. It needs more work because there's too much opposition that they have to recognize. But if I keep working, they're walking with me and could change and help me. But I have to do a harder job, more work. And I think those are the things that lie under all of this, that it's really important for people to understand. We are people to people. We're humankind, if you will. And when you use that and relate to someone person to person, it makes a lot of difference. So let me bring up the Zooming that goes on. I think all of us are talking about how there is, well, we get to see your face, you get to see my expressions, we get to talk a lot about the things that make a difference, but there's something missing. Mm-hmm. And I kind of wonder if there is this thing, I have my space around me and you have your space around you, and there is some sort of electricity or some substance that's there that really connects you with the other person versus talking to a face on a screen.
Right.
So I am hoping June 15th, thank you, Governor. We're all looking forward to that, when we can get back to that person to person, and we'll have people into the Capitol. Right now, when you are on the phone supporting or opposing a piece of legislation, I am sure that many of our people who have some strong feelings about support or oppose, they have a very short time to express themselves, and we are not seeing them because that's teleconferencing. So this year has been tough for all of us, whatever our political affiliation is, and I think that binds us together too, to give a little extra in everything we do to the other person.